was disoriented and confused when I first emerged from the blackness that held me. As I slowly regained consciousness, an unpleasant yet strangely familiar sensation struck me that I couldn't quite distinguish. The screaming had stopped. The room had become as silent as a tomb, and I feared the worst for this. The dimly lit underworld slowly came back into focus, and I saw a lifeless silhouette lying on the cellar floor some distance away from me. Its huddled form lay just beyond the periphery of the lantern's flickering light. I struggled to get to my feet. My head continued to throb and my vision was foggy, but I managed to gain control of my senses. I cautiously approached the motionless form, knowing what I would find even before the light reached the gruesome remains. The earthen floor was slippery from the blood of the fresh kill. My foot struck a solid errant mass lying in the path. I stumbled and fell headlong to the earth beside a bloodied torso. There she lay, her body savagely torn apart and left to rot on that miserable, tainted, unhallowed ground. She had been dismembered, and her limbs were strewn about the chamber floor. Her severed head wobbled grotesquely at my feet, the result of my clumsiness. I fought back a deluge of tears that threatened to overcome me, but I was beginning to unravel. "Cain, you bastard!" I bellowed through my tears. "Come back and face me." There was no reply. I knew he must be nearby, for the blood still oozed from her fresh wounds. He would surely not forgo a chance to gloat over his dominance. "Cain, come back and face me like a man." But again there came no reply. I could feel my mind collapsing. And then his final words drifted up from the furthest recesses of my crumbling mind. "Soon you and I will become one." No, it can't be. He's waiting in the darkness, I know it. He's watching me from somewhere in the shadows, taking joy in my suffering. "Cain, come back." But again, no answer came from beyond the darkness of the chamber's door. My mind seemed intent on thrusting an unspeakable conclusion upon me. I tried desperately to suppress it. "Soon you and I will become one." "Cain!" I cried out again, desperate for any reply. I now hoped to see his ominous shadow emerge from the blackness of the cellar's gloom. This was a horror I would readily face over the unthinkable alternative. My head throbbed and my heart pounded maddeningly at the impact of his prophetic words, which now conveyed new meaning. "Soon." "Cain, come back!" I shouted once more. "Soon you and I will become one." "Cain!" I cried out again, desperate for any reply. I lowered my throbbing head gently into my hands. I became aware once more of the sticky warmth that covered my flesh. I was covered in blood. Her blood. I pulled my hands away from my face in revulsion and gazed at the coagulating fluid covering my skin. I stared at the blood on my hands. "You lie." I fought to regain control of my faculties, but my strength was fading. "Cain, answer me," I pleaded to the darkness in vain, desperate for anything that would silence the hideous voice in my head. "Will become." I refused to succumb to this harassment. It was impossible. It couldn't be true. I continued my pleas for him to come forth from the darkness and put an end to this agonizing persecution. In that moment, I was willing to be butchered as well. I would have gladly suffered the same fate as the others, if this taunting would only end. I could not stand to prolong the agony a moment longer. I shook my head violently, hoping to still those menacing words that repeated monotonously through my mind. One. 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 And finally, out of the darkness he appeared. I caught a glimpse of the madman out of the corner of my eye. He was covered in blood. The wildness of a jackal shone in his eyes. He stared back at me in horror and surprise. I could at long last put a face to the unseen specter who had haunted me for so many months. He had finally crept from his hiding place to meet me face to face, like a demon conjured from the blackest depths of hell, and terror gripped me anew. I realized we were entirely alone. There wasn't another living soul in the house. Just me and this crazed lunatic staring back from the murky reflection of the full-length mirror. No! This can't be! I screamed in denial, but it was all over. Cain! I shouted one final time in defiance. But no answer came, save the sound of my own voice echoing throughout the darkness of the stone walls.